Today I have a watch on lend from a brand called VAER, a brand started by two friends in the US back in 2016. Bravely, they pooled their life savings to start the brand, and some of the fundamental principles to the team, such as product value over profit margins and crowdfunding designs, still stand today. One big point of difference is moving all assembly of their watches to the United States in 2018. So if that's important to you to support local business, even if you're buying from, in my case, Australia, you're in safe hands here. Anyway, I'm not here to sell VAER to you. I am genuinely interested in their watches, and I bought and reviewed one of their watches previously that I thought was extremely attractive, the VAER D5. And I took that back to the US when I went diving in Hawaii in 2022. I was impressed by both the quality and the look, even down to the best tropical strap I've ever worn. Speaking of the look, that watch was heavily inspired by an older JLC design, and I suppose if you look at this one today on screen, it's not hard at all to draw parallels to a certain other brand or two. But the difference here over something cheap from AliExpress is, amongst other things, a quality Sellita SW330-2 GMT movement, assembly in the US as mentioned, and supporting small business rather than no brand race to the bottom replicas. So if you agree that this is a good thing, then join me and let's check out the VAER G7 Meridian Swiss GMT. If you're coming across my channel for the first time and you like what you see here, I'd love a like and subscribe, so thank you. So a word on sizes. This is sold as a 39mm diameter watch, but no matter how I measure it, it's more like 39.7mm to me, which is good in my opinion. Lug to lug is 46mm and lug width is 20mm, including the fancy double dome sapphire crystal. I measure it as 14.3mm at the highest point. This differs quite a bit from what's stated on the website, which is why I always take my own measurements. Either way, these are all excellent dimensions and it's not an issue to me in any shape or form. The one thing to highlight is that the double dome crystal does pick up its fair share of reflections despite the internal AR coating that adds this purple tint. You either think this is charming like me or not. What I do like on the website is that there are loads of details shared, like the materials used, so take a look if you want to research further. The dial is fairly plain and simple, which allows the other cool details to shine here. The logo is printed underneath the 12, and the water resistance of 200 meters and automatic is printed at just above the 6. Both prints are good quality, not amazing, all in line with the price range here. This also qualifies for the Swiss made label, which we see at the bottom position squeezed in to the printed minute markers that circles the dial. The minute and hour sword hands have a rough polish that don't reflect much light, same as the seconds hand. Again, all on purpose, and it gives a robust and utilitarian feel that you either appreciate or don't. The GMT hand is independently adjustable and then moves in line with adjusting the main time on the large hands. I quite like how it's fairly modest in its presentation, since most GMT watches really want to make it known to you that here's a GMT hand and look at me. This is skinny and red, and it's just the right size. This is probably the first GMT watch that I've come across with no date window, so that's an interesting decision, which I have to say I really like, but I wonder how purists would react to this. But that said, I'm not sure that this is a watch for purists full stop, so maybe this doesn't matter so much. Some of the other color combinations have a date complication at 6, so you can get that if you want to. What I love about no dates is that setting the watch after a week or so with no usage takes seconds, not a minute or so. It becomes more of a grab and go watch than grab and sit down with some mechanical therapy. Some mornings that doesn't matter, but let's be honest, some mornings it definitely does. The indices are all applied around the dial with plenty of lume, which I will come back to. The bidirectional bezel is a 120 click version with an anodized aluminium insert and a lume pip at 12. It is really attractive to my eyes at least, and visually it is a treat. The feel of the bezel, now that is a subjective opinion, but I don't love it. It's fairly gritty with a little bit of play in it. And much like the D5 I reviewed, with wet fingers you'll have no chance of getting a good grip on it. Does that matter much? Up to you, I guess. In daily use to me, it does not. But it would be wrong not to mention it. It does stay put, and that's actually what's important, since in addition to the GMT hand that takes 24 hours to go full circle, you can also use this bezel to measure a third time zone. And if that's what you do, you don't want it knocked or moved accidentally. And that's what matters in use. The case is quite Omega inspired, with its twisted lugs that are polished on top and brushed on the side. It is a classic look that works. The unguarded and signed crown is easy to grip and feels high quality in the way that it pops and finds the thread to screw back in. Nice work on that. On the back of the watch, thanks to another sapphire crystal, we get a full view of the Solita GMT movement with a signed rotor and more decoration than I expected. This movement is rated to -15 to +15 seconds per day. It offers a 56-hour power reserve, it hacks and hand winds, and it's an all-around solid choice from Switzerland that is worth paying for, and it's nice to check out every now and then too. With this model you get a tropical strap and another one of your choice. I elected to get the Jubilee-like bracelet, and it's the first one I've owned and worn regularly ever. It is remarkable how comfortable these are in daily wear. Sure, they are a bit jingly-jangly, but they also fold to your wrists so well. Double bonus points to the screw-in links and quick release solid end links too. It makes it so easy to swap and adjust yourself, and I love this. In the double security push release clasp, you also get 4 micro adjusts, so there is simply no way you won't get a good fit here. All we're missing is any form of quick adjust system on this bracelet, but trust me when I say the Tropic strap is an excellent choice for summer days in and out of water. VAER states 15 layers of X1 C1 Superluminova, and it shows. My second round of VAER is just as good as the first. This is a solid choice for a daily that you can knock around a bit. One that looks more expensive than it is, and you still get solid specs and excellent usability should you want to track your friends or family in another time zone, or just have an extra hand that adds a bit of interest. If you feel that this is a bit too expensive for you at around $1,000 after signing up to the newsletter, then there are plenty of other options from an excellent product range that ships worldwide and all come with 2 years worth of warranty. I like this no-nonsense, unassuming but attractive approach from a down-to-earth and warm brand, and I would not hesitate to recommend this or any of the other watches in their product range. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.